Hello everyone. Today we will continue to explain a concept related to OSPF areas. Many routers run OSPF, and these routers or routing devices form what is called an OSPF domain. OSPF routers within the same area propagate updates to synchronize our database. However, if we only have one area here, let's say we only have area 0, what about the number of OSPF entries? We say that these devices will increase as our network scale grows, which will lead to our LSDB, link state database, containing more and more routing entries. Consequently, our OSPF routing table will also increase. A large amount of these router resources will be consumed, which will lead to a decrease in our device performance, and data forwarding will become slower and slower. It becomes difficult to build the LSDB based on a large number of LSAs to calculate routes. If in the future a fault occurs somewhere in the network, or if there are changes in the network topology, we would need to recalculate many things, and re-advertise and recalculate again. Therefore, we might as well divide it into multiple areas rather than communicating within just one area. Thus, OSPF actually introduces the concept of areas. A large OSPF domain is divided into multiple areas to support larger scale networks. With OSPF multi-area, we can reduce the scope of LSA flooding. The LSA of one area is only flooded within its own area, effectively controlling the impact of topology changes within the area. So, if there is a change, it only affects that specific area, and it won't require the entire network to recalculate. We can summarize routes at our area boundaries, meaning that if 10 routes are sent over, for example, I can consolidate them into one to reduce the size of the routing table. Additionally, multi-area can improve our network scalability. If I am the headquarters, I can have area 0 in the future. What about branch offices? They can be area 1, area 2, which facilitates large-scale network construction. Additionally, we say that areas are actually divided into two types, backbone areas and non-backbone areas. So what is a backbone area? Area 0 is our backbone area, and all other areas apart from area 0 are referred to as non-backbone areas. Now, if I want to connect between multiple areas here, to reduce loops within our areas, non-backbone areas cannot be directly connected to each other. They must connect to the backbone area. In other words, all non-backbone areas must establish a connection with the backbone area. Now, regarding routers. Among them, they are categorized based on their location or function into the following types. IR, which stands for internal router. This means that all interfaces of my router are within a single area, and this is called an IR. Then there is the ABR, which stands for Area Border Router. What does this mean? It means that I am connected to Area 0 and also connected to Area 1 with my two interfaces in different areas. In this case, I am called an ABR. In addition to this, we also have the BR. What is a BR? A BR refers to our backbone router, which means a router in our backbone area. Besides this, we also have the ASBR, which stands for Autonomous System Boundary Router. In this process, it means that if in the future I want to connect to other routers, for example, introducing some external routes like static external routes, then at this time. Because the protocols we use are different, it's like if I'm speaking Chinese here and everyone else might be speaking Korean, then no one can understand each other's language. So why not use one language here to do a conversion, translating into English? Or if there's someone here who is good at both Chinese and English, they can act as a translator. Why? For us. In this context, it means if there's a foreign friend here, is a Chinese person, then here, they need to tell other Chinese partners what the Korean person is saying. At this point, they act as a translator, conveying the message into the ears of their companions. In this context, our external routing is introduced through the SBR to bring in the external routes. The same principle applies, and this is our OSPF area. In this process, for small to medium-sized enterprises, a single area is often sufficient. However, for large enterprise networks, it often involves the concept of multiple areas. If you want to learn Huawei certification technology or obtain Huawei certification question banks, please send me a private message, or you can leave more comments below the video for technical exchanges.